What's going on, guys? Today we'll be taking a look at some affordable 3.5 to XLR mics under 50 bucks. I'll also explain the benefits of going this route as opposed to a USB mic. But before we get into that, I want to thank the guys over at Soonhua for sponsoring today's video. Soonhua specializes in a variety of budget-friendly consumer electronics. These devices include condenser microphones, Bluetooth FM transmitters, external power banks, and much more. For more information, visit Soonhua Direct Storefront at Amazon.com. So we'll be checking out 3 budget microphones, all priced below 50 bucks. The Soonhua condenser microphone, the Tonor BM700, and the Xingyu BM8000. Now all of these mics can be connected via 3.5 cable, but to improve your quality and gain, at a minimum you'll need a phantom power supply. Now you can pick one of these up for about 18 bucks. However, most of the time you can find these mics bundled with a power supply and save about 5 bucks. You can also connect these mics through an interface with an XLR cable. So we'll be testing the sound quality using all 3 connections. I'll also let you guys hear how the audio sounds raw as well as edited. Now inside the box of the Soonhua, you get a shock mount, a 3.5 splitter cable, a 3.5 to XLR cable, a shock mount adapter, and the Soonhua condenser mic. This mic actually has a decent amount of weight to it, and it doesn't feel cheap. Now it only comes in this rose gold color, so that could be a problem if you're someone like me who likes for things to fit into the color scheme of your setup. Next we have the Tonor BM700. This mic comes with a pop filter, a shock mount, a foam cover, a table clamp, a 3.5 to XLR cable, a 3.5 to USB splitter, a boom arm. Now it's not the best quality, but it shouldn't have any problems holding this mic, and the Tonor BM700. This mic also feels pretty good in terms of weight, and it seems to be made from the same material as the Soonhua. And lastly we have the Xingyu BM8000. This mic comes with a shock mount, a 3.5 to XLR cable, a boom arm adapter, a 3.5 to USB adapter, a table clamp mount, this cool wire pop filter, and the Xingyu BM8000. Now this mic has a similar design to the popular Bluebird and Blue Spark mic. It's also a bit heavier than the other 2. This is how the mic looks with the pop filter attached. Now out of all of these mics, this one was the most expensive, coming in at about 39 bucks. The Tonor was 31 and the Soonhua was 33. Alright, so now on to some tests. Now if you're using a computer that doesn't have a mic jack, then you can't use the 3.5 or the phantom power supply with these mics. Yes, you can plug the 3.5 into the headphone jack or use one of the included splitters, but the audio sounds horrible. Here's what it sounds like. This is how the audio sounds when using the splitter. Okay, so now I'm going to let you listen to 6 tests from each of these mics. The first will be unedited audio using just the 3.5. The second will be edited audio using the 3.5. The third will be unedited audio using the 3.5 connected to the phantom power supply. The fourth will be edited audio using the 3.5 connected to the phantom power supply. The fifth will be unedited audio using the XLR and the interface. And the final test will be edited audio using the XLR and the interface. The interface that I'll be using is my Scarlett Solo 2nd Gen.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. All right, now I'll admit I'm certainly not an audiophile, and like I always say, sound is subjective, so the type of sound that I like may differ from the type of sound that you like. Now the Xing is definitely my least favorite of the three. The sound is just too thin for me, and even when I try to tweak the low and the high, it just produced this low, hollow sound. Now the Tonor sounds a bit thin prior to editing, but once you start editing, you're able to pull in some of that full sound. Now it's not as full or rich as the Sunhua, but it's the cheapest of these mics. It definitely has a good sound, and it also comes with a boom arm, so that makes it a better overall bargain, but not necessarily the best sounding mic of the three. Now oddly enough, the Sunhua was my favorite of the three. Now I know what you're thinking, Sunhua sponsored this video, so maybe I'm showing favoritism towards that mic, but that's just not the case. For those of you that have followed me for some time, then you know I'm pretty honest about what I like and what I dislike. Now the Sunhua is one of those bittersweet mics. It hands down has the best sound in my opinion. Now some might say that it's too low, as in deep, but I'm okay with that because it's a full deep sound as opposed to a hollow one. And because of that, you have some latitude for adjustment. Now in my opinion, this could have easily been the best budget mic in this price range that I've tested so far, but unfortunately, it's terribly low. Not low as in deep, low as in levels. And because it's so low, you have to crank the record volume all the way up, and this introduces a lot of noise. Now I have a pretty low voice anyway, so that definitely doesn't help, but I can't let it off the hook that easy because I spoke in the same tone as I did with the other two, and neither of them had this problem. Now I'll admit, all of these mics do have some background noise, but it was more difficult to remove it with using the phantom power supply and the 3.5 cable, and even then, I couldn't totally get rid of it. Now obviously when you start editing the audio and connect these mics to an interface, you get much better results. And that's the reason why I'd recommend a 3.5 to XLR mic as opposed to a USB mic. Now yes, a USB mic will give you a better sound in most cases than a 3.5 connection, but an XLR mic will give you a better sound than a USB mic. So if you have a USB mic and you decide that you want to upgrade, you have to buy a new mic and an interface. But if you have a 3.5 to XLR, you only need to buy the interface. Alright, so besides helping you guys decide what's the best budget mic under 50 bucks, I'm actually putting together a series. So this is the second group of budget mics under 50 bucks that I've tested. Now if you missed the first one, I'll be sure to leave an annotation or an end card so that you guys can check that out. But the winner from that group was the BM800. So I'll do one more group of 3 budget mics under 50, and I'll take the winner from that group and compare it to the Sunhua and the BM800. And from there, I'll pick what I think is the best mic under 50 bucks. Now, if you guys have any suggestions of mics under 50 bucks that you want to see in the next comparison, leave a comment below. So once I pick what I think is the best budget mic under 50 bucks, this series will segue into the best YouTube tech under 150 bucks for content creators. And this will consist of everything that I would choose if my budget was 150 bucks and I was looking to start a YouTube channel. Now, once I've selected all of my equipment, I'm actually going to be shooting a video using just that equipment. And I'll take you guys through my entire workflow from recording B-roll to transitions to editing video and audio. With that said, be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know which mics under 50 bucks you want to see compared in the next video. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this content, be sure to hit that like button.
And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. So until next time, peace